JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Man shot by a cop in Old Harbour. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is probing the shooting of a man by a policeman in Bannister District in Old Harbour, St. Catherine. Reports were that at about 9 p.m., the policeman was at home with family members listening to music when he was approached by the man who told him to turn off the music. The man then reportedly pushed past the policeman and unplugged an extension cord. He was then told by the policeman to leave. The man then reportedly ran a short distance and picked up a stone. Before he could throw the stone, the policeman took evasive action and fired his service pistol, hitting the man in his left leg. He was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was treated and released. An investigation has revealed that the man has mental health challenges. The matter remains under investigation. Suspect reportedly confessing to kill journalist Barbara Gale. As sources reveal that Travis Ellis, the man charged for the murder of retired journalist Barbara Gale, has confessed to the killing. Ellis reportedly confessed to the crime while giving a caution statement to detectives of the Criminal Investigations Branch on Tuesday. Ellis told investigators he killed the veteran journalist for her GLA 180 Mercedes-Benz motor vehicle that had been parked in her yard at the Cayman Country Club Estate Housing Scheme in St. Catherine. He said he had planned to sell the vehicle. Ellis was then charged with murder and robbery with aggravation. He is scheduled to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court next week. Miss Gale was found dead at her residence on December 17. Her body had multiple stab wounds. Her motor vehicle, which was stolen by her killer, was found a day later in bushes along the Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. Ellis was arrested by the police while hiding in bushes in Grange Lane, Portmore, St. Catherine last week. An autopsy on Miss Gale's body is reportedly scheduled for next week. 2 guns seized by St. Andrew North Police in separate operations. Investigators assigned to the St. Andrew North Police Division seized 2 guns in separate operations on Thursday. In the first incident, a shotgun was seized during an operation in Casheridge, Jacks Hill. Reports from the Grand Spence Police were that, at about 4 a.m., lawmen acting on information conducted an operation in the area when the shotgun was discovered in a bag. No arrest was made in connection to the find. In the second operation, a man was arrested on charge after he was held with a loaded gun at an unauthorized bike show. He is 22-year-old Jace Davis of Casheridge, Jacks Hill, St. Andrew, who is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The police report that a team visited the location of an unauthorized bike show in Barbican when Davis was seen acting in a manner that arose their suspicion. He was accosted and a search was conducted where a Sig Sauer 9mm pistol and a 25 9mm rounds of ammunition was found in his possession. His court date is being finalized. 4 people injured in St. Mary crash. 4 people were injured on Friday morning following a motor vehicle crash along the Huddersfield Main Road in St. Mary. It's reported that at about 5:30 a.m., a Toyota Mark X motor car was traveling from Morocco-Bessa, St. Mary, towards Ochiris in St. Anne when the driver lost control of the vehicle, which ran off the road and crashed into several trees. The driver and the injured passengers were cut from the mangled vehicle. Eyewitnesses claimed that speeding caused the crash. 3 of the men were treated and released, while 1 has been admitted. Jamaican man dies in Cayman crash. A Jamaican man died and 3 others have been hospitalized with serious injuries following a single vehicle collision on Shamrock Road in Boyden Town, Grand Cayman on Boxing Day. Romario Jacket, 26 of Rockfort in East Kingston, was the driver of the Subaru sedan involved in the crash. The incident occurred at about 2:20 a.m. According to the police, the Subaru had been traveling eastbound when it left the roadway in the vicinity of Midway Close and hit a tree. Commenting on the crash, Commissioner of Police Kurt Walton said instead of enjoying the rest of the festive season, our families not deal with the grief of this tragic loss. He said the fatal collision follows another serious crash only hours before, in which 3 people were injured. The latest road death brings the toll in the Cayman Islands for 2024 to 13 people, 3 of which have happened in December. Area 3 police conduct Christmas crackdown on delinquent motorists. A Christmas crackdown on delinquent drivers is underway across Area 3 as the police seek to save lives and deter speeding. Early Friday, several motorists, including private and public passenger vehicle operators traversing the South Coast, were subjected to spontaneous stop-on searches and speed tests using radar guns along major crash hotspots in Manchester, including the Winston Jones Highway. So far, 65 people have died from crashes in Area 3. This is 19 fewer than the 84 recorded for the similar period in 2023. Assistant Commissioner Calvin Allen, commanding officer for Area 3, had indicated that there would be an increase in the number of officers on the roads across the area, which includes Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth. Speaking on Friday morning, ACP Allen said proactive measures are being taken to reel in delinquents.
We have seen what can happen when persons drive other than they should in terms of crashes and fatalities. Our presence is also to prevent the whole aspect of criminal elements moving as they feel that they want to. And we have been very successful too in the apprehension of several persons through our activities on our roadway. So it is a vital area of our strategic operational activities, and one that you will see continue not only in the Area 3 space but right across, as we, as I said, seek to provide that sort of a reassurance to our citizenry that the police is out there.
Since Christmas Eve, there's been increased police presence, especially in Mandeville, Manchester, which has been experiencing a flare-up of violence. Commissioner Dr. Kevin Blake reflects on the achievements of the JCF in 2024.
My fellow Jamaicans, thank you for tuning in for this, my final update for the year 2024. This year has undoubtedly been one of challenges and triumphs for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. It was a year marked by ambitious commitments and promises to the nation. A year where we set bold objectives aimed at transforming our approach to law enforcement and public safety. As we stand here at the close of the year, I am proud to reflect on a period that, for the most part, can be defined as a year of promises kept. We recognize that there is still much work to be done, but the gains we have made together as a force and as a country are undeniable. Let us discuss some of our achievements in the area of crime reduction. One of the most significant outcomes of 2024 has been the 18% reduction in murders. This represents a major step forward in enhancing public safety and reducing the devastating impact of violent crime on our society. Such a reduction does not occur by chance. It is the result of deliberate, strategic planning and execution, driven by the commitment of the men and women of the JCF, supported by partnerships across all sectors of society. This achievement is testament to what is possible when we work together to focus on determination to tackle criminality head-on. When we examine the trends of overall major crimes more closely, shootings are down 10% across the country. There has been a 25% reduction in reported rapes. Robberies have reduced by 21%, while we've seen a 1% drop in break-ins. At the start of the year, the High Command asked more of every member of the force, and through a collective effort, there has been a 14% reduction in overall major crimes thus far in 2024. Our ability to maintain law and order has been significantly bolstered through enhancements to our policing capabilities. A key initiative in this regard has been the launch of the Beat Officer Patrol Division. What began in Kingston and St. Andrew has now expanded to 12 divisions with 361 members, including 184 from Peace Headquarters deployed in Jamaica's urban centers. This initiative has brought a renewed sense of visibility, accessibility to policing, particularly in high traffic and high risk areas. Beat officers have helped to deter criminal activities and have been instrumental in building trust with the public through their consistent engagement in the business community. In addition to this, we have modernized our bike patrol unit with the introduction of new e-bikes. These e-bikes have proven to be versatile and efficient, allowing officers to navigate challenging terrains and congested areas while maintaining the agility and responsiveness needed to address criminal activities effectively. As we continue to increase our presence, members of the public can go about their daily business with confidence, knowing that we are actively managing public spaces to ensure your safety and peace of mind. Throughout 2024, we continued to refine our operational strategy, integrating it closely with the work of the intelligence community. This has enabled us to identify, target, and apprehend high-risk offenders who pose significant threats to public safety. To those offenders who believe they can evade the reach of justice let me be clear. We know who you are, and our resolve will not waver. This intelligence-driven approach has been critical to the gains we have made this year and remains central to our strategy moving forward. Our successes this year have not only been evident at a national level, but also within individual areas and divisions. I want to highlight the outstanding work being done across the country and commend the leadership teams driving these results. Area 1, led by Assistant Commissioner of Police Glenn Miller, has shown exceptional performance, with all divisions recording reductions in major crimes. St. James, often a focal point for crime reduction initiatives, Superintendent Aaron Samuels and his team have worked to produce a 9% decline in overall major crimes, with a very significant 34% reduction in murders. Similarly, Westmoreland, under the superintendence of SP Othniel Dobson, demonstrated steady progress, with a 24% drop in major crimes, including a 14% reduction in murders. In Hanover, the efforts of Superintendent Andrew Nish and his management team to address crime bore tangible results, as the parish achieved a robust 35% reduction in murders. Meanwhile, Superintendent Milton's team in Trelawney maintained stability, showing no increases or decreases in murder, but registering a 23% reduction in major crimes overall. Trelawney may not be seeing a reduction in murder, but must be commended for keeping the numbers low. These achievements highlight the strides made in Area 1, reflect the effectiveness of our crime reduction strategies, and the dedication of the teams working to ensure safer communities. In Area 2, under the leadership of Assistant Commissioner of Police MacArthur Sutherland, includes the parishes of St. Anne, St. Mary, and Portland. 2024 brought steady reductions in major crimes, marking a positive shift for the region. St. Anne led the way with a notable 35.4% decrease in murders year to date. Similarly, St. Mary showed progress, achieving a 28% decline in murders for the period under review. In Portland, efforts to curb crime result in a modest but steady 7% decrease. In Area 3, which is led by Assistant Commissioner of Police Calvin Allen and encompasses Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, and Manchester, notable strides were made in addressing crime throughout 2024. Clarendon led the way with a significant 34.6% reduction in major crimes by year end. St. Elizabeth also made commendable progress, recording a 21% decline in murders and a 33% decrease in overall major crimes. While Manchester presented a 17% increase in murders, there was a 22% fall in overall major crimes. These results reflect both the successes and the challenges faced in Area 3, underscoring the need for targeted strategies to sustain progress in some parishes while addressing emerging concerns in others. In St. Elizabeth, Superintendent Coleridge Minto's leadership has been instrumental in reversing what was a dire situation at the midpoint of the year, when the division was seeing a 100% increase in murders. Today, I'm happy to say St. Elizabeth boasts a 20% reduction in murders, a remarkable turnaround achieved through focused and strategic interventions. Manchester, led by Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, has also contributed significantly to the region's overall stability, reflecting the strength of Area 3's leadership and its collective impact on crime reduction. When we look at Area 4, led by Assistant Commissioner of Police Donovan Graham, we've seen where 4 out of 5 divisions are recording reductions in overall major crimes. In Kingston West, Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps has led his team to achieve a 32% reduction in murders. Kingston Central, which was the source of significant challenges a few years ago, is registering a 40% drop in murders. This is a reflection of the commendable work of Superintendent Beresford Williams and the team there. Again, these gains are not coincidental or through luck. They are the product of significant work that has been done to save lives and create a secure environment for our citizens. Area 5, led by Acting Assistant Commissioner Christopher Phillips, comprises St. Catherine North and South, as well as St. Andrew North and St. Thomas. Superintendent Upton Nicholson and his team in St. Catherine North have achieved a 21% drop in murders, while in St. Catherine South, Deputy Superintendent Michael Campbell and his staff are seeing an 18% reduction in murders. Under the command of Superintendent Alison Byfield, St. Thomas has registered a 10% reduction in murders, while St. Andrew North is working to correct a 14% increase in murders. We are currently seeing a 14% reduction in road fatalities, which translates to 55 fewer lives lost compared to the previous year. Notwithstanding this achievement, we remain intolerant of the high numbers that persist. We continue our work to drive it down. These lives lost could have been prevented. Ladies and gentlemen, road safety is a shared responsibility, and much of what is required to reduce fatal crashes rests with road users themselves. Responsible behavior, adherence to traffic laws, and compliance with road safety principles can and will save lives. During this festive season, we urge every motorist, cyclist, and pedestrian to exercise caution and vigilance on our roads. This year, significant focus has been placed in certain quarters in police fatal shootings. While many of these matters remain under investigation and we must reserve detailed comment, it is important to make a few things clear. First, we continue to urge members of the public who are confronted by the police to comply with their instructions, particularly to criminals who engage in confrontations with law enforcement. The police have superior training and equipment. Escalating such situations will not end well. Lay down your weapons. Do not raise your guns against the police. It must also be emphasized that the JCF's clear preference is to bring persons before the courts to face justice rather than engage in fatal confrontations. This is evidenced by the numerous wanted persons and high-value targets who have been pursued, arrested, and brought before the court this year. Let's look at it from this perspective. Thus far in 2024, 736 illegal guns were taken off the streets. Of that figure, 438 were seized from assailants. That means that on hundreds of occasions, a police officer confronted and apprehended a gunman and charged them under the new Firearms Act. These cases demonstrate our commitment to lawful and measured policing focused on justice through the legal system. We cannot allow the narrative to focus solely on fatal shootings when the evidence overwhelmingly shows that the police strive to preserve life and uphold the rule of law. Let us not lose sight of this reality as we work towards a safer Jamaica for all. Despite our successes, there are some who seek to undermine our efforts by questioning the integrity of our data. Let me address this issue head on. The statistics we present do not lie. They are rigorously compiled, analyzed, and transparently shared with the public. To cast doubt on these figures is to erode the trust and confidence that we have painstakingly built over time. Such narratives serve only to benefit the criminals who thrive in an atmosphere of doubt and mistrust. Let us not allow misinformation to diminish the progress we have collectively achieved. Transparency remains a cornerstone of the JCF's approach to public accountability. When crime statistics have moved in the wrong direction, we have been the first to report them. Similarly, when trends are positive, we share that information with the same level of openness. Our credibility in communication is non-negotiable, as it forms the foundation of the trust we continue to build with the public and our partners. The JCF's commitment to transparency is unwavering, and it is vital that we maintain this standard to ensure sustained confidence in law enforcement. The progress we have made this year is as much the achievement of the JCF and the government of Jamaica that supports us, as it is a collective effort of every law-abiding citizen who chooses to obey the law, report a crime, or contribute to the resolving of disputes peacefully. Your actions, no matter how small they may seem, have played a significant role in making Jamaica safer. Let us not diminish these achievements by giving credence to the negative narratives that undermine our shared successes. Ladies and gentlemen, when elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. Division and mistrust create an environment in which criminal elements thrive. Our unity as a nation is our strength, and it has been instrumental in achieving the successes we celebrate today. Let us continue to work together, recognizing that the fight against crime is a shared responsibility that requires collaboration at every level. At this point, I do believe it is important to provide updates on some cases that have captured national attention. Jamaica has recently faced a series of violent incidents, underscoring the persistent challenges of gang violence and lottery scamming across various communities. Notable events include the Cherry Tree Lane multiple victim violent incident in Clarendon on August 11, where 8 individuals were killed and 9 injured due to gang warfare involving the one family gang. Swift law enforcement action led to 11 arrests, 2 fatal confrontations with suspects, and charges under the anti-gang legislation. The response included limited states of public emergency, curfews, and an ongoing police and military presence to prevent reprisals. The Point Hill shooting in St. Catherine on August 21, where 7 individuals were injured and 1 found dead, highlighted escalating gang conflicts. Investigations led to the charging of Junior Coleman for multiple offenses, with further suspects identified. The police, supported by the Jamaica Defense Force, ramped up operations, leveraged intelligence to pursue key persons of interest. Similarly, on October 21, in Pleasant Heights, Kingston, an attack claimed 5 lives, including a gang leader and his son, linked to internal gang disputes. Junior Creary, alias Whopper, and Lord Evil were identified as key figures, prompting targeted operations and the declaration of a state of public emergency and increased community engagement to restore calm. The Bowen Road incident in Kingston 11 on November 2 resulted in 3 deaths and 5 injuries, stemming from a gang conflict involving the Kid Lane gang and the Ratbat gang. Police operations, including targeted raids and curfews, are ongoing to apprehend suspects and dismantle networks. Despite the scale of these incidents, the JCF's strategic response, marked by arrests, intelligence-driven operations, and interagency collaboration, has been pivotal in preventing violent reprisals, reflecting progress in curbing gang-related violence and ensuring community safety. The format of these press conferences is designed not just to inform the media, but to speak directly to you, the people we serve. Through these unfiltered engagements, we communicate the JCF's commitment to public safety and our collective progress as a nation. As we look ahead to 2025, let us carry the momentum of this year's achievements. Together, we will address the challenges that remain, build on the progress that we have made, and continue to work towards a safer and more prosperous Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.